At 𝗳𝗍space, we connect people with flexible and supported volunteer opportunities in arts, heritage and sports.
These empower people to improve their mental well-being,
connect with others, gain valuable skills and experience,
and contribute to our partners' positive community impact.
The inspiration behind 𝗳𝗍space was to work with partners who have volunteer programmes in the arts, culture and sports sectors. We are working with 13 partners across Sussex who are all at various stages in their volunteer programmes. And we really wanted to create an environment where volunteering is accessible and inclusive, where we demystify the range of opportunities that are available in our sector. A lot of people know about the impact of volunteering on an organisation and how they add value, but we really wanted to focus on the impact for the individuals who are volunteering and how it can improve their mental health and their well-being. I think the core values and principles that we felt were really important were inclusivity and accessibility. We really wanted to demonstrate that the organisations who are looking to work with volunteers are creating a welcoming space. We actively want to encourage people who might not have thought about volunteering before to think about volunteering.
I'm 𝗳𝗍𝗱. I'm a garden volunteer at 𝗳𝗶H Priory, which is one of Sussex Archaeological Society's properties. Prior to volunteering, I'd struggled with depression, anxiety. That first thank you for pitching up and volunteering and just doing a little bit of pruning, whatever it was, it just made it all worthwhile. And it wasn't the kind of thing I'd get in my employment. You don't get that many thank yous. It's just kind of, you're there, you're being paid, it's what you're meant to be doing. Taking one day off a week and actually applying myself to do something completely different, where I was valued, immediately has a beneficial impact. Plus, being outside in the open air, rain or shine, beautiful locations to work in as well. All of those things, when you combine them, just help to lift your spirits, regardless of what you're doing.
𝗳𝗍space has really helped us collaborate with a wide range of partners, and one of the things that I really value about Brighton Dome and Brighton Festival as an anchor organisation, if you like, in the region, is its ability to reach and support other organisations. 𝗳𝗍space has really embodied that ideal and brought it to life for so many. We've learnt a huge amount from other partners and from specialists like NHS Heads On.
It's hugely important that when we talk about volunteering, we're focusing on the benefits for, individuals in terms of self-esteem, in terms of confidence, individuals who've got their first experience of psychosis, which is the teams that and the service users we're working with on this project.
Through 𝗳𝗍𝗱, I've been able to hear about how other organisations in the heritage sector have been working with their volunteers, which has been really enlightening and really interesting. And it also gives us opportunities with Heads On to take referrals from other volunteers who may be seeking to get that experience both within the archive sector and with mass observation more specifically.
Having had this, experience and a bit of a sort of mental health crisis coming through that, working in arts, sport, heritage, is, for people that haven't had that opportunity before, can be really, could be kind of very inspiring, but also a bit daunting. So it's about opening opportunities and, encouraging people to consider options they might not have thought about before.
So we've been attending some of 𝗳𝗍𝗱's communities of practice, which have been really, really interesting in terms of broadening our awareness of how other people work with volunteers and what opportunities they offer. We're really, really keen to make our volunteering offer more inclusive and more representative.
I'd have to start by saying that if you read or come across any articles, research, books, pamphlets about general health, there will always be something about the positive aspects of volunteering. I would say my own experience here has been absolutely positive, mutual respect. I've made new friends, it's very inclusive. I worked with an archivist while we were moving the Dome archive out of its old building, oral history training and interviews. Absolutely incredible, I learned so many new skills. It was a real reminder that it's never too late and there's always an opportunity to develop new skills.
We're privileged to care for extraordinary historic properties like the top of Lewes Castle that we're stood on right now, as well as care for extensive collections and archives. Our purpose is to connect people with place and the past. And so by partnering with Good Space, indeed we're a founding partner, we're hoping that it will really enable us to enrich communities' relationships with their local area's history, give them an opportunity in the preservation of that heritage, whilst doing meaningful skills training and hopefully having some fun along the way.
We've seen the impacts of volunteering not just on the organisation and the impact that volunteers bring to our open days and our community engagement activities and Brighton Festival, but also the impact on staff in working with volunteers and how it brings a new perspective and a new insight into our organisation from local communities.
The volunteers understand their communities in a way that we couldn't possibly. Working with our volunteers as meaningful gateways into those communities is hugely important.
Well, I think what's happened is I retired about 5 years ago now, and I had been a teacher earlier on, and suddenly you're kind of not using any of those skills anymore. So I think it's more about feeling that I'm still being able to offer something that's useful. On a personal level, though, I think I've learned a lot about just how this community works. It's really non-hierarchical. I felt totally welcomed, and everyone's got something to give, and I think that's at the heart of volunteering. To hear the researchers talking about the decisions they make and how they use the archive, it was quite moving.
I think the most important thing is making these volunteers feel that they are valued, because without them we can't do anything. We wouldn't be able to function as an organisation. With Good Space, it opened my eyes a bit as well, that you need to give back to these people. They give you so much. They give you love, they give you the hours of their day. They are there to help you and support you, but what do you give back?
I think being part of Good Space has enabled us to kind of take a step into supporting people who perhaps might be perceived as having more needs or need more kind of nurturing as volunteers. And I think it's given us much more confidence in doing that, because we were supported to do it and we've done it, and it's been absolutely great. And actually, the volunteers we've recruited have been absolutely fantastic.
We've really seen some of our volunteers gain a lot in confidence, especially those that have potentially are neurodiverse and have been with us for a number of years. Their confidence has really grown through volunteering. And I think being part of something like Good Space will really just encourage that and help them grow even further and connect potentially with other volunteers in different organisations.
We're all here because we love the arts and heritage that the charity represents. I love doing the live shows, I love going behind the scenes, I love the fact that you get to meet everybody. Just absolutely everything about it. It's a really lovely community to be part of. You get to make friends with people that have the same kind of interest, and it's a wonderful way of giving something back.
We held some consultation sessions at the beginning of the project with potential partners who might like to come and work with us on Good Space. And during those conversations, what came through was common challenges and common ambitions.
A number of our partner organisations were all at different stages of their own organisational change journeys. Volunteering is very much a two-way process, and it's an agreement really between organisation and individuals, and that when the magic really happens is when everyone is seeing and maximising the benefit to all of those parties who are involved. We had to identify that everyone was on a slightly different journey and everyone was working at a slightly different pace. But again, I think because of the core values of those organisations were so similar, it meant that actually everyone was prepared to work as part of a team, to come on board and to understand what was happening in other organisations from a different perspective.
I think it will help volunteers feel part of a wider community and like they're really part of something. And especially with the digital badge that's available to any volunteers that want to work towards something who feel like they're really achieving something, that will help them do that.
One of our volunteers has come along and worked with us front of house, so meeting customers, serving teas and coffees, and to watch them grow, watch their confidence grow has been extraordinary, to the point now which they are now talking about their interviews they're going to, the job offers they've been having. It's been a conversation about how they're growing and how their confidence is growing too, and that's been amazing.
I'd say the most rewarding part for me is being able to contribute to this fantastic museum, to be able to support the staff who work here and making that the best thing possible. One kind of unexpected thing for me was that you build really great relationships with, with the other volunteers, with the staff who work here. That was really unexpected for me, so it's been really rewarding. I've been able to learn so many professional things, like say about communication, about what it means to run a museum, what that looks like. I get something incredibly rewarding for that. People think, oh, it's giving your time for free, but it's not that, it's about what you can gain from those experiences as well. And a lot of that is about the people, because you just get the happiest, friendliest people or volunteers.
I think the legacy of Good Space within the arts, culture and sports sector across Sussex and wider, that there will be a confidence in being able to recruit and support and manage really diverse, vibrant volunteer teams. We want to see people from local communities being excited and inspired to come and work in their local organisations.
We really feel that Good Space has enormous potential to not only improve people's lives and increase skills for an individual, but to have a massive impact on an area of the economy in this region.
I have an aspiration that Good Space will be something that at a national level will be on all of our lips. As an individual who volunteers in a number of different roles, I feel very, very passionately about how these three sectors can really so powerfully impact on our mental health and well-being.
At Good Space, we champion inclusivity
and want to inspire everyone to volunteer,
whoever they are and wherever they're from.
Come and find your Good Space.